I'm going to go to BMAC first because you play defense for a living in the NFL. Tom Brady scores, and the place is like, okay, he's going to get the ball back. We're all watching the game. We're like, okay, I've seen this movie like a lot. It's like watching, any one of the sports movies. Like, I know that Rudy gets into the game every time, right? No matter how many times I watch it, the ending is the same. And it felt like, okay, you're going to get shut down. You're going to get the ball back to Brady. He's going to score, and they're going to win. And they go on a 10.5-minute drive. That's not
19 plays, right?
19 plays, yeah. 80 yards, 10 minutes, 26 seconds, longest drive of the NFL this season. Have you ever been part of a 10-minute drive in this spot? What happened?
I don't want to be part of a 10-minute drive. That is tiring. And I understand Tampa, they've been dealing with so many injuries on the defensive side, but at some point in time, playing against Tyler Heineke and the Washington Football Club offense, you have to find a way to get a stop. That was the storyline the entire ball game for Washington offensively, being able to convert first down after first down after first down. Not to mention you had a slow start from Tom Brady and the Buccaneers offense, interceptions and things like that. So defensively, they got to get better. It wasn't the best outing from Tom Brady offensively, but one thing we can say defensively for Tampa, since all these injuries have occurred, they have really been inconsistent, not putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks and not getting off on third down situations. I think Taylor Heineke was like 11 to 19 on third down opportunities. A 10-minute drive should never happen if you're a playoff championship caliber team.
Look, I've been hearing about the Tampa secondary's banged up, right? And that's great. If you told me there was a couple of big plays in the drive, whatever. This is a 10.5-minute drive. Yeah. That means they smashed you. That's why it was even more surprising. What does that drive say to you, JJ?
Well, it says I'm not dead yet for the Washington football team, even though Chase Young is likely lost for the season with an ACL. What it says about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is maybe they aren't the Super Bowl team out of the NFC that we thought, because Super Bowl teams put teams like that away coming out of the bye, where Bruce Arians earlier this week talked about, hey, during that bye, what'd you want to work on? And he said, nothing really, just wanted to shore up a couple of penalties and turnovers, is what Bruce Arians said about the self-scouting at the bye. Well, they figured out the penalties. They averaged about 7.5 per game. Heading into this game, they only had 6 against football team. However, they allowed, not just on that final drive, but in 3 total drives, they allowed double-digit plays in those drives. And all points off of turnovers. They turned the ball over a couple of times. Washington football team had 10 points off of those turnovers. And so when you look at the Tampa Bay side, they only had 1 double-digit play drive. Meanwhile, Washington football team with 3. That's going to be the difference in the game. You don't always need a great game from Tom Brady, but you need your defense to show up. And when your defense doesn't show up, then you need a great game from Tom Brady. Unfortunately, neither one of those things happened, and that's why you have the defending Super Bowl champions losing today against the Washington football team.
What's your level of concern with Tampa Bay after this loss? I mean, look, the one thing we've seen, whether it's the Titans losing to the Jets, whether it's the Bills losing to the Jaguars, whether it's Dallas losing 30-0 at home with 4 minutes to go against the Denver Broncos, you can pick a team, basically everybody, and it seems like they have at least one where they just sort of went, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sort of brush this off if you want, or you can say, no, I have real concern. What's your level of concern?
I'm not close to hitting the panic button just yet, because eventually they will get Carlton Davis back in the lineup. Eventually they will get Richard Sherman back in the lineup. Some experienced corners to really help the secondary. And if the secondary is playing better, the linebackers and the guys on the defensive line would play better as well. So I'm not concerned, because within their division, they're still in a pretty good spot. Right? The New Orleans Saints, a huge loss for Tampa, because that still kept separation. That will keep separation between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's currently first in their division, the NFC South, and the second-place team, the New Orleans Saints. So I'm not quite ready to hit the panic button, but they just got to find a way to right their ship and hopefully get healthy sooner than later.
JJ, quickly, is the division up for grabs in the NFC South, or do you still feel like it's Tampa's?
I still feel like it's Tampa's. I don't believe in the Saints. Haven't believed in the Saints with Trevor Siemian. I thought that their win against the Bucs was a fluke. Falcons are showing who they are in the Carolina Panthers. Unless Cam really turns it around for the Panthers, I still think this NFC South is the Bucs to have.
All right, Tampa did not have a good day, and it's not just sometimes that you lose, it's how you lose. And they basically got punched in the mouth 3 yards at a time for the entire fourth quarter. A 10-minute, 26-second drive to win the game for football team when they needed the ball back in Tampa.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.